Tony. And first off, we'll just mention a couple of postponements. In JCK Division 2, Gyms against Onken has been postponed, and in Canada Life Combination 1, Douglas Athletic against Old Boys, that's gone the same way as well. And we believe that Union Mills against Colby in Division 2 has been moved to Colby. Although no official word to the FA yet, but that's what we understand is happening.
Correct. We haven't heard anything from Union Mills or Colby to say that it's been moved to Colby. So as soon as we find that out, we'll confirm it and let the clubs know.
Okay. So taking a look at the matches that are going on, which game stands out for you in the Canada Life Premier League this weekend, do you think, Tony?
Well, I think probably the one you have to look at the moment is Douglas High School Old Boys against Douglas Athletic, 8th against 7th. The top sides have been kept apart once again. When you look at Old Boys, they've been in good form of recent weeks, and Johnny Quirk's been scoring plenty of goals. They've got Dean Kinley there, who's a good goalkeeper, but good experience in Tommy Miller coming back in after an injury, and Robbie Ward's there as well. And they'll be hoping that JJ Blander and Ryan Gartland can get goals to get the points away from Athletic. But, when you look at Athletic, good win against Pulley 5-2. So it makes them, a lot safer now in that league. And with players like Lee Ford, Steve Cowan playing really well. Reece Lake's a quality good young players in there. Mikey Callister as well. Craig Purvis quite happy with the squad he's got. And I expect the home side just to win it narrowly.
Other than that, 4 of the top 5 in action, all of them playing in matches that on paper should be not too difficult for them, although you never can tell. So Peel, who are in 4th, are away to Douglas Royal. St Mary's, top of the table currently, away to 11th place Morown. St George's in 3rd, they're away to 9th place Ramsey. And Corinthians in 5th host Pulrose.
Yeah, I would agree. And the one I'm looking at a little bit nervously is the Douglas Royal against Peel game, because Peel won 4-2 last time. And when I look at Royal's players that they've got there now, because they've just signed just before New Year, which is fine. It's all above board. Callum Sherry and Sam Baines, 2 Junior Island players who played last week, and excellent players. So what a big plus that is for Michael Fitzmaurice. And when you look at people like Jamie Agnew, Taylor Andrews and Harry Horbury in goal, then they've got real quality in that team. Yes, it's young, but you can't take that away from them, that they're going to improve as footballers. As were with Peel, they beat St John's in the Cup 4-1. Peel, Andy Balls in goal. Dominic McCreevy missed that one, so I would think whether he's about or injured, I'm not too sure. But good to see Karen Christian back playing. Jack Kamada, he's gone back to university. Daniel Lace last week.
The eternal Daniel Lace.
800th game for Peel and a hat-trick to boot on that one as well. So well done, Lacey. And with players that are in that squad, Island players like Tom Wood, Matthew Woods, Lee Gale, you've got Rhys Oates as well. There's quality right the way through that team, and I would expect Peel to win against Royal.
I remember playing against Lacey 20 plus years ago. He was the year above me, so it's astonishing that he's still doing what he's doing, really. Yeah,
he's fit as a fiddle, but you look at the other ones, Moran 11th against St Mary's, who are top. St Mary's beat Ramsey recently 3-1, but I think Moran will feel a little bit unlucky with that result last week against Laxey, losing out 3-2, and Harry Barton, Conor Gilbert amongst the goals, but they've got good players in there as well. I'll pick out a couple, Adam Meelan and Cameron Avery, but with St Mary's I think it's the experience, and we know who they are, and the younger ones who are coming and doing really well. Conor Birch, Adam Adibayi, Sam Gelling, you've got James McGinn in there as well, so it's looking really good for St Mary's at the moment, and I would expect St Mary's to win that one.
Geordie's away at Ramsey, up at Balclone.
Yeah, 3rd against 9th, and when you look at St Mary's result last week where they beat Ramsey 3-1, Ramsey will fancy a little go at St George's. It's on home soil. Again, Ramsey have got some good young players in there. Dominic Parrish, 1, Ryan Kinraid, Tom Moffat, I think, is available at the moment. And then you've got other players like Rob Collister and Matthew Montgomery. So, Ramsey are pretty strong, I think, at the moment, looking at their squad. But St George's, Lewis Bridson was back over the Christmas period. He played. And with Chris Bass, Furu Davies still there. Joe Quayle with a hat-trick last week. Glenn Walker in good form in goal. You've got to point this one to a victory for St George's.
And finally in the top flight, Corinthians hosting Pulrose, 5th against 12th.
Yeah, a bit of a change in this one. Few people asking why. We're just trying to get the Railway Cup a little bit closer. There's an outstanding fixture, Corinthians v Pulrose. They were due to play each other tomorrow, Pulrose v Corinthians. because Pulrose don't have a combination team, we could switch this round quite easy. So that's what we've done. Corinthians, yeah, their performance last time, plenty of goals. Luke Murray with a couple, Steve Whitley with 2. Stuart Smith still holding his own in that first team. He's playing ever so well. They can't shift him from that place that he's got. Cameron Lee, Tom Smith, Ryan Burns, all in that middle bit as well. But Pulrose have just got to keep chipping away, Ed. Okay, they're under pressure. I know Castletown are going to be down, but certainly with Owen Quayle, Jacob Thomas, Nathan Yates, David Priestnall, who was on the bench last time, but I would expect him to play with his experience. Stevie Priestnall's still there scoring goals. I would expect Corinthians to take the points in this game.
Taking a quick look through JCK Division 2, standout fixture here surely is third against first, Union Mills against Colby.
Yeah, it is, and the thing is with this one is that Union Mills have got to keep winning like Colby have. The reason why I say that is Union Mills do have 2 games in hand, but so tight at the top of the table that they've got to keep taking maximum points away from the teams at the top of the league with them. And with people like Jordan Crawley, Luke Booth, Matthew Kane, and also Ryan Kelly in there, they've got a strong team, and they're all, or some of them are new players that joined this year, and it's made them even stronger. As were with Colby, watched them last time. Luke Roberts with a hat-trick, and they've got other good players in there. Adam Fratwell's doing a really good job at Colby. But I've just got a sneaky feeling in this one, but because this is possibly going to change venue, that it might just go Union Mills' way.
Also, we've got in JCK Division 2, Michael, who are 9th against 4th place Braddon. Douglas and District and Maloo, 11th versus 10th. No, so obviously no relegation in the second division, in Division 2. But still, when you're down there, you want to be beating the teams around you, don't you? Well,
of course you do. And, that's something that I always say about in any football game. You don't really look at the league table. You go out to win whoever, and you might just change your game plan and everything, and that's what happens in Division 2. But it's so up and down because everyone, I think it's 6 top 7 have got a chance to get in there. They're all at it every week, and certainly this weekend there'll be a few surprises, and we'll know by tomorrow evening.
9th place Michael face 4th place Braddon.
Yeah, and I think Nick Hurt's team battled really well against Athletic in the Cup. And again, you can see they've got a lot of experience in there. Youth, Nick's young fella Owen's in there, so that helps. I think Andy Glover's away, so they'll miss out on him. But they've still got a really good player, because I noticed him in the Masters, Stevie Noon, who, he's fit. And big plus for Michael. But with Braddon 4th, Alex Haddock in goal, and, other players who are playing really well. Young lads, Joe Marquez was with the Ireland team last weekend. Lucas Watterson's been playing well. You've got people like Mark O'Neill, Joe Andrews, glue it together. You'd expect Braddon to win.
Ramsey Youth Centre against St John's, that's 8th versus 6th. So that's a couple of those teams bobbing around in the middle of the table that you're saying, if they string a few wins together, they can go up.
Well, that's right. And it was a huge win for Ramsey Youth Centre against Braddon in the Cup 5-1. Darren Hudson signed for them, so a hat-trick from him. So it helps when you've got someone of his quality. Dylan Parrish, Tony Collett as well, bags of experience. But St John's, even though you look at the league table, they're a little bit off it, but at the top. But they've got games in hand, so if they pick up those points, then they're right in it. Anthony Moore will have gone back, but Harry Rothwell, Richard Wynne, Paul Whitehead, they can also get involved up front and get the goals, and I think St John's will come out winners.
And finally, the team that sits between Youthy and St John's in Division 2 at the moment, 7th place Foxdale, host the bottom side Governors.
Yeah, and when you look at how many games Foxdale have played, they've only played 9. But Jay Chatwood was in good goal-scoring form in the last game. Stuart Morrison as well. Barton Beaumont's been playing well. So Governors Athletic know there's a big task in front of them. And they've got a lot of Masters players that play. They've got Brett Kitchen in there, and I think it's Rob Bell. But I think Nathan Pumpsy, new player that they signed at the start of the season, and brings the age difference down a little bit. And with him there and Tony Sewell organising things, they'll try and make it as difficult as they can, but I still think Foxdale will win.